Well, things happened in the last one of these, didn't they? This is why there's been a little bit of time between now and then. I've been recovering from the fact we've sold our two best players for £15 million, but don't really have any retained transfer revenue on, so we don't really have anything to spend. We do have a new ground coming, but if we don't replace Worcester and Scott, we might be playing in it in League One, because we've kind of had the heart ripped out of the team. Not ideal. If you weren't in the last stream, let's do a little bit of a reminder of how things finished last season. So we did end up just outside of the playoffs. You can see we finished in 8th place. This was our first season in the Championship, finishing in 8th place, just 1 point behind Sheffield Wednesday in that final playoff spot, 1 point behind Middlesbrough, who ultimately won the playoffs and made their way into the Premier League. We were painfully close. And then we had a moment of jubilation, because just after we got promoted, the board announced the new stadium. We're moving into the 13,000 capacity Leamington Stadium, which will get renamed in 2 years' time. So we've not played in Leamington for 9 years. We had all that time playing at Butts Park in Coventry. We're now playing at Bob Faulkner Park in Solihull. In 2 years' time, after 11 years away, we finally returned to Leamington. But because we didn't get promoted, the players who were good enough to play in the Premier League are heading to the Premier League. Phil Scott has gone to Stoke, who've just been promoted. A £10.5 million deal takes him away from us after 3 years and 2 promotions. And then Tom Worcester, this one hurt even more because he'd been with us so long. 3 promotions for him, 7 years at the club. He goes to Middlesbrough for £5 million, both of those newly promoted clubs to the Premier League. So £15 million through the door, but unfortunately only on 35% retained transfer revenue, means we've got to rebuild a team capable of a promotion push for less than £4 million. I think we have to temper the expectations just a little bit. We're not going to get promoted. We just need to not get relegated, because the team is considerably worsened by losing those 2 players. We do still have Roberts, so we've got one half of our excellent defensive system, and we've still got Godwin for now. Godwin is also attracting interest. Derby, the other one of the promoted teams, are interested in Godwin. As you can see, we've turned down a £5.5 million offer for him, but same deal with everybody else. If they tell me they want to leave and we agree a price with them, I'm not going to stand in their way. I will let them leave. We play these games realistically, and I wouldn't stand in their way in real life. You let them go to the Premier League, especially for that kind of money. So we could end up with £20 million plus in sales this summer, but losing 3 of our 4 key players in that little defensive area of awesomeness, which has kept us going so strongly over the last several seasons. So much rebuilding needs to be done. We have one signing so far, Jacob Chapman, who, I mean, he's fine as a backup goalkeeper. He is no Tom Worcester. He does have a great name, though, so he's in as a short-term stopgap, but we have lots to do. It's the 20th of June. We need players. Right, of course, our assistant manager retired as well, which is not ideal. So I guess we need a new one. Well, I think my director of football is already bringing somebody in. Yeah, Paul Clement is already being brought in by the technical director. So I guess we just let Paul Clement come in. He's got a decent track record, hasn't he? He'll do. We'll keep the advert open, but I think we'll probably accept Paul Clement. Right, we're getting these trialists in. Part of me thinks we carry on doing what has worked so far for the rest of the save, and rather than throwing £1 million at old men like my director of football seems to want to do, put all that money into the wage budget and bring in high quality free transfers that we can then either use or sell on at a profit. Still got to have that small club mentality, that selling club mentality, because we are still, although we've got a nice big bank balance at the moment, money is still going to be a problem for a little while for us. Right, let's have a little look about how these boys fit into things. So Frank Offori at 23, centre-back. Yes, we'll have one of these, please. Man City, Newcastle and Peterborough in his past. We throw all the money at him. Because he's exactly what we need. Is anyone else interested in him? No? Good. We'll just sign him then, please and thank you. You're a bit old, young man. Have we got Turgay for another season? We have, yes. We don't need him. Goalkeeper, Nathaniel Cashman. What a name. Better than Chapman, which is something you rarely see in Football Manager. Who are you? You've got a real face. Off of Chelsea in real life. Central midfielder. I mean, he's only 29, so I feel like he's someone we can bring in. Well, then why are you here on trial, Charlie? I hate it when that happens. Oh, there you go. Could be a fair replacement for Tom Wooster. Yes, he could. The Cash Man. Love him. He's already my hero. What a name. Vince Pitt. Oh, what have we got here? Do we have to start playing with wingers so we can fit Vince Pitt into the team? On loan at Rochdale? That feels like that needs dealing with. Has he just gone there? And we didn't get Offori either. Oh, literally just going there. Fantastic. Cancel. Cancel. Oh, Webster at 29. He's the one who just refused to discuss terms, isn't he? He now will discuss terms. Okay. I mean, get out of here. You're right. I'm sending you home right now, young man. Go away. Think about what you've done. You absolute moron. He's now on my enemies list. He's now silly goose. He thinks I'm going to pay him £34,000 a week. What a silly goose. The best thing about how little I do is how much it annoys Ben. I just pay attention to what you need to do and what you don't need to do. Like, I know what I'm doing now is a thing you can't really automate and you do need to do to optimize your transfers. So I do it because it makes a difference. So I spend my time on it. I'll sit here and I'm going to go through position by position, asking for free transfers, and then I'm going to individually go through and offer them all trials because I know it's a valuable thing that actually makes a difference. I'm not going to sit there and do my own stuff because, as I've just shown you, you absolutely don't need to. You can just let the game do its thing and it will be fine. How do I do my scouting? I mean, this is going to really upset you if you're a Zealand disciple. I get someone else to do it. And then when the scout reports come in, I don't read them. I just click over and over again to fully scout them. And then when I need a player, I just come here and search for that position. So at the moment I need a centre back. So let's have a look. Who have we got for centre back? Who are the best options? This guy. Yeah. Maybe we'll buy him. And it's as simple as that. I'm watching a Wild Moved House. What's happening? What's happening is we're trying to rebuild's a strong word. We finished 8th in the Championship in our first season at this level, but then lost our 2 best players for £15 million. So we've got a load of money in the bank. We don't really have a lot of money to spend because we didn't really have much in the way of retained transfer revenue. We have a lovely, healthy bank balance now, which will go a long way towards paying for our new stadium that we've just taken out a £17 million loan for. We should just pay the loan off. If they're not going to give me it to spend, just pay the loan off rather than watching it just trickle away over the course of the next 3 seasons. Pay the loan off. Stop the trickle. But we are now trying to bring in some strength in depth. Why do I trial them? So I can see how good they are compared to what I've got. Because I don't look at any of these silly little numbers. If it wasn't for you like getting excited about it, I would absolutely have this screen set up like that. But the amount of people who would complain at not being able to see the attributes, so I leave the attributes on. I don't look at them. This guy's interesting because Stoke just paid £2 million for him 2 years ago and then didn't play him and released him on a free transfer. But he'd been playing regularly for Reading. He's still only 29. If he can be reasonably priced, who the hell is he? Who the hell are you? We signed him last episode, I guess. This last stream. Let's try and bring this guy in. Just really based on the fact that Stoke just spent a lot of money on him quite recently and then went and spent even more money bringing in Phil Scott to replace him. So he's got to be almost as good as Phil Scott. That's my logic. Right, there you go. We have our 4th centre-back in. Welcome along, Nelson Abbey. Shame he's named after a dump of a football ground, but you can't have everything. Sammy Brooks is coming in. Our all-time record signing. There you go. Sammy Brooks is in. No potential, which is a little bit of a shame, but I guess he is 24. He is a solid player. We had him in last year. Loan, made permanent, sorted. Aaron Jarvis. What are you? Oh, the phone, Aaron Jarvis. Where have you come from? What have we got here? Yes, we'll have one of these. Give me a Jarvis immediately. Right, give me this boy. We're going to throw all the money we can at him. We're not going to do all this, though. So he might not be signing for us because he'll probably want to go somewhere else. Oh, no. No. Oh, no. 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 Why? Why can't we adjust the budget? Ah! Now do we pull out the deal for the striker? Because Jarvis is exactly what we want at the kind of price that we want. Even though we're probably not going to get him because he's going to go to Rotherham. And if we pull out, we're going to miss out on the striker as well. We are fine. We need to give him everything he wants because we're competing with Rotherham, including more money, and then hope we don't regret not getting this guy. We try and get him on loan. No. I mean, we could potentially go in for him again now we've done the change. He probably won't discuss terms with us because we've just withdrawn from the... Yeah. Hate Football Manager sometimes. This is like £200 for Japanese Pokemon cards. He just leaves them on my doorstep and toots his horn and drives away. Aaron Jarvis is signing. I don't know what's more exciting. Ed Webb is coming in on loan. Beautiful. Ed Webb, future Premier League standard striker. 5-star potential. Young English striker. We can get him to fall in love with Leamington while he's here. That could be our Premier League striker we've just signed. Although with that kind of pace, probably not so much. Very much a support striker. And we've already got Edwards to play as a support striker. I don't know that he's going to be our out-and-out goal scorer. Le. I want to sign Le. Compensation 0. Come on, Le. In you come. He's a Brazilian called Le. Oh, he's quick as well, ish. Quick. Le. 5-star potential for a Brazilian. Come on, then. Ah! Come on, let's get Le in. Le. 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 Then we just need to sign someone called Amington. And they can be our front two. That'd be perfect. Is there a player called Amington? Because there should be. Ah, that's no good. We've got Danny Emmington. If we had him up front with Le, that'd be perfect. Danny, have you got any kids? Do I play players in a role to suit them or what I need in the team? Mainly the second one with a little bit of the first one. Like if Godwin was a playmaker, I'd switch him to a playmaker and make him an attacking midfielder. If Theodros was a target man, I might switch him to play as a target man. Like Cashman, I've just made him a goalkeeper rather than a sweeper keeper. There's a few positions that are negotiable, but like everyone playing on that left-hand side in midfield is going to be a Mazzala. Everybody playing fullback is going to be a wing-back. So some positions are non-negotiable. The main striker is going to be an advanced forward. I dare my favourite creator make money while I watch for free. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting some of that today. Sometimes the Twitch amount is less than I get out of NordVPN for that month, just for streaming. So NordVPN are a very, very, very valued partner who, if you enjoy the streams, you should support them when they appear in a video as well, because they make all this possible. More, he says, whilst clicking encourage. Record signing Brooks in there. That's £2.7 million of a player. Edwards has the ball in the back of the net for the second time today. Is that one actually going to count? Of course it is. We're going to go attacking. Come on, let's have a football goal. Look at Webb go. Look at him go. Ed Webb. Oh, that could have been a moment. On football. Gilksy. Lovely work. Lovely throw on. Look at this. This is football. This is football. Or Mr. Stranger's Jack. Well, he is basically one of them. You have the stereotypical Southern accent, and then everything else is an American accent. And they are the two. TBO, thank you very much for Prime. Love a bit of Prime. Right, they want 450,000 for Bomber. Kevin the Bomber. I might start putting the little accent above my E. How does that change the way my name is said? It's my name, so I can decide. 2KK, thank you very much for the gifted sub. We have a Turguy in swinger, and there's new club captain David Roberts. Phil Scott might have left, Tom Wooster might have left, but David Roberts left as well. But he came back, and he's our captain, and he's scored a goal. What a wonderful man. We potentially are equidistant between two Wagamamas. It's in Rushton, that's all you need to know. Good. Is it near Rushton Lakes? Rushton Lakes is on the outskirts of Rushton. Good. About a mile. Lakes and Northwester Centre Ground is to the east. Oh, we're not going to get a work permit. This is all Chris's fault. Damn it, Chris. This is your fault. You cursed him. No for Leamington. Ronnie Edwards. Yes, we want Ronnie Edwards. What a signing Ronnie Edwards would be. It doesn't seem right that Ronnie Edwards is 30 years old, but absolutely we want Ronnie Edwards. Oh, what a signing on deadline day.